hey, look! It's the thing from the thing at the end of all my videos. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to the Geek Suite. I'm your host, the one and only Kidner Bean, and we're back for another Vlogmas 2019 video. Alrighty, let's see if I can zip this all the way up. Oh, look at it do the flute. Yes, okay. So, for today's video, we're going to be doing a Geek Suite's top 10 must-watches for the holiday season. So, at first I wasn't going to put these in any particular order, but then, I did decide I should probably have some sort of ranking so that way, if everybody decides to watch these videos, they watch the most important ones first. Alrighty, so, before we get started, if you like our videos, be sure to hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and be sure to ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our wonderful Geek Suite videos. And so for the number 10 on our list of the top 10 must-haves for holiday watching is going to be a film called Annabelles Wish. Alright, so fun fact, my lovelies, if you dig something, oh no. If you dig something out from the back of your closet to put on for a Christmas-themed video, you're probably going to sneeze. Like a lot. Oh, man. Okay, so, Annabelles Wish. Wow. So, Annabelles Wish is a lesser-known Christmas movie that for some reason I had on VHS as a kid. And so the story of Annabelles Wish is that there is this farm somewhere in America, and every year on Christmas Eve, Santa comes and gives all the barnyard animals the ability of human speech for 24 hours. And Annabelle is born on Christmas Eve and receives this gift and learns that, she has to keep it secret from the humans, but otherwise they can all talk to each other, which really doesn't make any sense to me because, while it's fun that we get to see what's going on in the animals' heads when they have human speech, when they just make their animal noises the rest of the year, they can all still communicate with each other, so it doesn't quite make sense, but, whatever. And now, there's one Christmas, I think it's the following year, I haven't seen it in a while, where Annabelle meets the farmer's son, who is mute. And she asks her mom why he can't talk, and I forget if he was either born that way or there was some sort of illness he had as a kid, but there was some reason where he's just medically unable to speak. He can hear and understand everyone just fine, but he can't answer them. And he doesn't appear to know sign language either, but he has this cute little spunky, rough and tough friend of his who uses her spunkiness and extroversion to defend him and essentially be his voice. She doesn't necessarily have any actual magical powers, but in the movie they say that she always seems to know just what it is that he wanted to say, and then just says it for him. So, after Annabelle, the little baby calf, befriends the boy and, hangs out with him over the course of the year on the farm, when Santa comes the next year on Christmas Eve to gift the farm animals with human speech, she then asks Santa to, instead of letting her speak for 24 hours, if she can make a special Christmas wish and give her gift of speech for every year to come to the little boy. So instead of being able for Annabelle, the cow, to speak on like a human for 24 hours every year for Christmas, now she'll never have that ability, but the boy will be able to speak forever. And Santa is touched and moved and agrees to her wish, and the little boy wakes up on Christmas morning and can suddenly talk, and everybody cries and it's happy, yada yada. So it's always a movie I forget exists until I go home for the holidays and I find that VHS tape in the bottom of a box at my parents' house. And I always like watching it because it's a feel-good, Oscar Beatty type plot. And if nobody here has seen it, I definitely recommend it as one of those feel-good holiday movies that maybe isn't your standard Christmas story. Alright, and coming in at number 9, and this is going to be a controversial ranking, I'm sure, is going to be the movie Elf. So, I actually love the movie Elf. I have to be in the right mood for it. But no, I love the movie. I love Zooey Deschanel. I quote from the movie all the time. I usually answer the phone, Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? But I'm just not the biggest fan of Will Ferrell, and I have to be in the right mood to watch one of his movies and enjoy his sense of humor. So I am prejudiced against Elf because I have a general distaste for Will Ferrell, even though I like him and I think he's funny. I just am, his particular brand of humor, I have to be in the right mood for. Therefore, when I watch Elf, I have to be in the right mood to watch that movie. So for me, it's only coming in at number 9. Whereas I know for a lot of people, it's probably going to be like top 5 or even top 3. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. While I try to stop sniffling and sneezing. Okay, coming in at number 8 is going to be the animated classic Frosty the Snowman. I am a huge sucker for Frosty and then the claymation holiday classic movies. But Frosty, of that, I used to have like the box, again, VHS set, dating myself here, as a kid. But Frosty was always one of my favorites, whereas some of the other ones like Little Drummer Boy and Rudolph, like I liked but wasn't in love with. And we're going to be talking about that in another video since we got like 20 more of these to do. But yeah, no, I love Frosty. I love his genuine spirit and just being pure and pure of heart and the adventures that he goes on. It was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and so it always makes my list of top 10 movies that I have to watch. Otherwise, it's not really Christmas. Alright, and coming in at number 7 is going to be Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. Just the first one. I'm not touching the sequels. Again, that was just one of those films that I loved watching as a kid, and I thought it was hilarious. And I actually do love the actor who plays Bernard, the head elf, and just him, like, riffing on everyone is even funnier as an adult. So if you haven't seen that movie in a while, watch it again and just watch for Bernard's dry humor. It is so underrated in this film. And this movie would have been ranked a little closer to top 5 for me, but Tim Allen's been a little these past couple years, so he gets demoted. Plus there is that Family Guy joke where if you try to run away, they'll make you do a Christmas movie with Tim Allen, which I think is freaking hilarious. Alright, and coming in at number 6 is a movie that we've talked about in our other list of Christmas movies, and that is Nightmare Before Christmas. While I mentioned in my video of top 5 controversial videos that this is sometimes debated as to whether or not it's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie, but I like to argue both. And, you know, Disney agrees with me, and it is, you know, adopted by Disney. They do Haunted Mansion up, Before Christmas style, both for Halloween and for Christmas. So, Disney's down, I'm down. Not that Disney is the end-all be-all of decision-making, but they do have a significant amount of power, particularly surrounding popular culture. So, if they've adopted this for both holidays, it's safe to assume that everyone who exists within the realm of Disney or watches those movies or goes to those parks or has kids is going to be influenced by their decisions as well. So, yeah. Plus, it's one of my favorite movies ever, so I always just look for an excuse to watch it. And so, yeah, Christmas is the perfect time. It's a holiday movie. Alright, and coming in at number 5 is going to be Rise of the Guardians. And this one is one that, like, I was hesitant to watch it first because when I was first made aware of it was right after Frozen came out. And so everybody was doing the Elsa and Jack Frost, like, fan art and fanfics, and just my entire timeline on all of my social media was just flooded with that, and so I was just adamant about not watching it. And once I did, I actually really genuinely liked the movie. I thought the cast was amazing, with Hugh Jackman as the Easter Bunny, and Alec Baldwin as, like, Cossack Russian Santa Claus. Yes. So I thought the characterizations were very hilarious and very still within the traditional canon of these archetypes for these holiday figures, but they were unique enough that brought new life to the story that they were trying to tell. The last line of the movie falls flat for me. And I'll play a clip of it right here.
My name is Jack Frost, and I'm a guardian. How do I know that? Because the moon told me so. So when the moon tells you something, believe it.
Like, it feels like they were trying to go somewhere profound with it, and then it just didn't. Like, I feel like they probably should have done a couple more drafts, and I don't have anything better off the top of my head, but I remember, like, every time I hear that last line, I'm just like, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? So while I do love the movie and all the characters that are in it, that last line, for me, just ranks it down at number 5. Yeah, number 5. We're at number 5. And coming in at number 4 is going to be another one of these classic claymation movies, which is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And this one's one of my favorites because it doesn't, like, where Rudolph is just kind of, like, picked on and it's all about bullying and, like, even Santa's mean to him. Like, nah. But in Santa Claus is Coming to Town, you get to see, like, the Santa origin story. And see him as a young man and the weird German town that he goes to and how all of these aspects of Santa lore came to be. And it's very cute. There is that weird, like, come sit on my lap song.
If you sit on my lap today, a kiss, a toy is the price you'll pay. When you tell what you wish for in a whisper, be prepared to pay. If you sit on my lap today, a kiss, a toy is the price you'll pay. When you sit on my left knee, don't be stingy, be prepared to pay.
Which, as an adult, like, in the 60s, we weren't quite into the pedophilia scare and the satanic panic and all that kind of crazy stuff that happened in the 80s and 90s. So I don't think anybody really thought twice about it, because, like, sitting on Santa's lap is a thing you do. But just the lyrics to that song now, you're like, I don't think that quite aged as well as you thought it would. Yeah. But, other than that, it's a favorite movie of mine. I love the Winter Warlock and the Penguin. He reminds me of Pen from Evangelion. But, yeah, no, it's just one of my favorite movies. One of the classics. I used to watch it all the time as a kid, so if you haven't seen any of these claymation classics, definitely go ahead and check those out. But this one, and then the non-claymated, just regular 2D animated, original Frosty the Snowman, are, like, 2 that you definitely need to watch in the holiday season. The other ones, you should watch them, but, like, if you have other stuff to do, that's fine. Alright, and I am aware that I'm kind of cheating on my list here with number 3, but for number 3, I'm going to be listing the Grinch movies. Not all of them, but I'm counting both the, like, original one from the 70s, and then the Jim Carrey rendition. I like both of them. I haven't seen the newest one, and I've heard mixed reviews about it, so I'm not going to get into that now. But I like these 2 both equally and for different things, so I'm counting them both as just the Grinch for my number 3 slot. And if you want to fight me about it in the comment section down below. Alright, and coming in at the number 2 spot is, like, a second generation movie of the claymation classics, and it is The Year Without a Santa Claus. Like, I love this movie so much. I even have, like, theme pajama pants somewhere. I'm not wearing them now, so I'm not going to show you. But it is one of my favorite movies ever, and if you haven't seen it, definitely get into it. Like, the number 1 reason I watch this movie is for the Heat Miser, Snow Miser bit.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. 10 Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. Ha ha! I'm too much. I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Heat Blister. I'm Mr. 101. They call me Heat Miser. like clutch. I'm too much.
I love that nice little jazzy. Well, I'm gonna let them play it. But yeah, that is my jam, and I love that freaking movie. And Mother Nature, she don't care. She gonna get it. Mrs. Claus ain't letting none of that happen. Just everybody stepping up to the plate. I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. Literally the only reason I watch that movie every year is because that song is my jam, and that makes it number 2 for me, which is, I know it's weird, but if you think the song's not good enough to make it to top 2, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll just have to agree to disagree. Alright, and coming in at the number 1 slot is going to be A Christmas Carol. But not just A Christmas Carol. No. But A Muppet Christmas Carol. That's right. The Muppet Christmas Carol is my number 1 favorite holiday movie, and I will fight people on this to the death. For me, it is the best interpretation of the classic story. And I love it, just the songs that they add in give it a nice funny spin, and the fact that they have Michael Caine playing Scrooge, it's amazing. So if you haven't seen The Muppet Christmas Carol, definitely add that to your list this year when you're watching holiday movies. Let the Hallmark ones and the Netflix specials go to the wayside and find you A Muppet Christmas Carol. I think you can rent it on Amazon Prime. At least that's what I had to do last year. But it moves around. So find it, watch it, enjoy. You're welcome. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it. The top 10 Geek Squeak. Again with the Geek Squeak. We're not mice. Is anybody keeping track of that? I know I asked somebody to do so in one of the earlier videos. If you've got a number, let me know. These are the top 10 Geek Suite recommended holiday Christmas videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to hit like and subscribe and ring that notification bell. And if you're able to, please take part in our Vlogmas 2019 Patreon special. Everyone who signs up between now and December 20th to our Patreon, in addition to your Patreon tier benefits, which vary from things like early access to videos, to voting in polls, to exclusive Patreon-only content, and access to the Geek Suite Discord server, you will get a handwritten Christmas or holiday card of your choosing by me, the Kidner Bean. More details for that can be found in our Patreon page linked down in the description section down below. And if you're saying, but Kidner Bean, I don't want to give my money to you this Christmas, I want to buy gifts for my family, or I need more Starbucks, I say, that's fair. But if you can't contribute that way, could you please at least give these videos a share and recommend to your friends to watch them? It helps me reach new viewers and keep me relevant in the YouTube algorithm. And it's completely free. So once again, my lovelies, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.